Jan with Patek Quilts, and I do needle turn applique. And these are all made out of my latest fabric line. I also design fabric, Garden House, and they're called Garden House. This is the Garden House table stand. That's called Summertime. It's not called the Garden House. And I've also made a Garden House pillow. We don't have patterns for it yet. We will in about 6 months, but we do at the moment have kits for it. And they all kind of involve this same house and the stars up in the sky that are on background blocks. So what I thought I'd do today, what we'd focus on, is getting these done. And part of it is just the same needle turn applique we do all the time. This is the square really isn't a square. It's a little off. And I'm probably going to need my glue pencil, but I can get it. Okay, what we need to do first is, of course, iron the pattern we've traced onto freezer paper, iron it onto the background fabric, and then put it on our sandpaper board and trace around it. Okay. All right. So we've traced around the square, and then we'll pull the paper off, but we'll keep it. Okay. Now, we are going to do the same thing with the star. And trace around it and cut it out. And I'm not going to go through this. You can go back and watch star points. There's inside and outside points on doing a star. We have a series of basics, and I think that's in the basics. So if you need to learn how to do that, you can go back to those videos and learn how to do that. What we're going to focus on today is working with the square. Okay, so now magically I have sewn on the star to the background of the thing, and you drew around it so you would know where to place the star on the square. Okay, now we are going to come here, you take our block and we're going to turn it over. We're going to get my needle roll I use all the time out of the way, and we're going to use our little clover iron, and you can use a big iron for this if you don't have a small one. It's easier with this because you don't worry about burning your fingers as much, but you can do it with the big iron. Okay, and then you take your glue stick and glue down the corners because they're not touching. The reason you turned your freezer paper over is this is now your shiny side on the freezer paper, and your fabric will adhere to it. Okay, so where fabric is touching fabric, you need to use your glue stick. All right. And I probably should have done the bottom one too. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And we'll do the glue stick there, and we'll do the glue stick there. Okay, now you fold this over again. And you iron that down. And you do it like this, and you iron that down. Now, even if you're doing this little teeny one, you're doing the bigger one there, or the 5 up there, you've got your very neat square with your star on it placed correctly. Now, the reason we did this and we turned this over like this is that after you sew it onto your quilt block, somewhere I do have scissors, there they are, we're going to need to take this paper off. And the reason, you could just glue this down instead of using the iron. But if you do that, it's going to be much harder to get out. This way, let me make sure my scissors are, you just cut a slit in the back, just one. Reach inside, pull this back, and then just pull the whole thing out. Just like that. Much easier, much faster. There's your pattern. Works great for berries too. But you don't iron berries. You do a running thing. But so there would be, I didn't do the star on there because I'm not going to use that. There would be your block on the table stand, on the big quilt, or on the pillow, either one. So I used the same basic theme, and the back of this, I forgot to show you. Ah, knocked everything over. Oh well. The back of the table stand has another one of those stars, plus all your flowers. And I really like the table stands this way. We've got a table stand club going, and you automatically get, if you join the club, you automatically get a kit for each table stand I do, and you get 15% off if you join the club, and you also get a discount on the frame and any different headers you use. And I thought, since this was Garden House, that the Garden Gate header would be pretty appropriate. I like it. We thought of doing one with flowers, but I like the Garden Gate better. Anyway, okay, to recap, let me see. We traced our pattern onto freezer paper, ironed the freezer paper to the fabric, traced around it, traced around our star, cut it out, and sewed it to the block. Then we took the block and turned the freezer paper over and ironed down the edges around the corners, gluing the four corners where the fabric's touching the fabric instead of the paper, and then sewed it to our background, and then cut a slit and pulled it out. Really simple, really easy. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial from Patek Quilts. If you did, please subscribe to our channel. I can't talk anymore. Thanks, and have a good day.